Hi, thanks for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, April 19th, Major League Baseball slate. So just if you're new to the show, first of all, welcome. Second of all, when it comes to baseball, we fade or follow four teams: Cubs, Dodgers, Orioles, and Royals. Orioles and Royals are playing today, so we will give you the bets that we have in those three games, and then we'll give you some leans on some other game on all the rest of the games going on the Major League slate as well. Cubs do get rained out on Thursday night. Friday they are going to play just one game. Saturday doubleheader to make up for that game against the Marlins. Unfortunately, no lines out as of yet, because the lines did get pulled because of starting pitching, but we'll give you what we're taking for tomorrow, and the lines lay where they lay. Cubs money line, Cubs minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Cubs should be 4.5 team total over that. Cubs minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Swanson home run double over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Cody Bellinger, we're hoping Cody somehow gets out of this slump and gets going here. As without Suzuki in this lineup, it's definitely missing a little bit. Bellinger, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So AJ Puck looks like he's going to pitch again. I don't know if they're going to throw Italian again, as it was supposed to be his first game back on Thursday night, or if they go Shohei to pitch the Friday game. They might move Italian back on that one. So that's the hold up there, I think, on who's going to be the starting pitching in that particular matchup there. AJ Puck should not cause a problem for any of the Cubs hitters, but I promise you he will. The Cubs had a monster road trip. They took 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks. They swept the Mariners. They've been playing well on the road. So the problem was Suzuki going down a few days ago. That really hurt that offense, especially against left-handed pitching, which they've been pretty solid against. Even though Bush and Bellinger are obviously two left-handers in their lineup, and Bush has been doing some real damage to start off the season. If it wasn't a left-hander pitching on Friday, we would definitely have Michael Bush in it for a batter prop, but being with the lefty, not that he can't hit lefties, just odds go down quite a bit on that one there, but we will get into the rest of the games, though, but we do like the Cubs in that opening game. So we'll give you those bets one more time. Cubs money line, run line minus 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5. Cubs should be 4.5 team total when it opens. Cubs minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Swanson home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Bellinger, same thing, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. We'll get into the next game up. So then we've got White Sox and Phillies. White are in Philadelphia, though. Crochet, though, pitching for the White Sox. He has pitched well so far this season. Phillies have Turnbull going in this game. Phillies are $1.74 favorite, roughly. Total around 8. If I'm looking at anything in this particular game, I'm probably going to go under that 8 total. Crochet's pitched pretty well. Turnbull can definitely pitch as well, and that White Sox offense can't score. So under 8 is where we would be looking in that particular game. Next game up, 3:45 out here in Phoenix. So what's that? That is 6:45 Eastern time. Verlander makes his debut for the season. Houston going to D.C. to face the Nationals and Mackenzie Gore. Nationals just come off of a series win against. Man, they played well in Oakland and L.A. I will give them that. I'll be really honest here with the way the odds are. And this is Verlander's first start for the season. I'd lean a little bit towards the Nationals and take that plus money at almost plus 150 in that game, as they did play extremely well on the road, and then Verlander's first start, so I'd probably lean that way in that one there. Next game up, 4:06 out here in Phoenix, so 7:06 Eastern. Yankees back at home, hosting the Rays. Yankees $1.56 favorite. Clark Schmidt, he is the supposed to be the pitcher there. No pitcher designated yet for the Rays on that one. This one boils down to me a series. The Rays typically have the Yankees number. Yankees started off red hot. I don't think that's going to continue with the pitching that they have. Could be dead wrong. I just don't see them winning 60% of their games. So there will be some aggression at some point, and Tampa Bay has a tendency to do it to them. Tampa Bay has not scored a bunch of runs, but they have pitched well. We would lean towards the Rays in that particular matchup there. Next game up, 4:11 out here in Phoenix, 7:11 Eastern Time. Guardians hosting the A's. A's on the road with Boyle pitching against Tristan McKenzie. If you watch the show, we mentioned a few times we like Tristan McKenzie's stuff. Unfortunately, this year he is getting just bamboozled all over the place. So a little tough in that one. To be really honest there, with that total at 8, I would probably lean towards the over. 8 in that particular matchup there, but McKenzie versus Boyle, I'd slight lean towards the Guardians there. They've played extremely well out of the gate, and a total of 8, I'd probably go over in that particular matchup. Next game up. 4:21 out here in Phoenix, 7:21 Eastern Time. Rangers headed to Atlanta to play the Braves. Braves, Chris Sale, Andrew Haney pitching for the Rangers. Braves a $1.90 favorite, roughly 9.5 total. I'll be honest with you, the Braves have not played well and not pitched well to start off the season here. So in this particular game, we would lean towards the Rangers in that one. Now, Haney has been getting beat up, no question about it. So Chris Sale hasn't been masterful either. That total at 9.5 maybe gets to 10, but Atlanta's really struggled with runners in scoring position so far this season and getting runners on. And the main reason their offense is not clicking as much as it was last year is Ronald Acuna Jr. So once he decides that he's going to kick it in gear, that Atlanta offense should take off. But he makes it happen. Either way, he's on base, stealing bases, hitting home runs, driving in guys from the bottom of that lineup, setting up the rest of his team by being at the top of the lineup. He just hasn't, 3 weeks in, he hasn't been all over it. So we would lean towards the Rangers and taking the dog money there. Next game up, 4:41 out here in Phoenix, 7:41 Eastern Time. Orioles, which we mentioned before, headed to Kansas City. Royals and Orioles just played a 3-game set in Baltimore. Baltimore took 2 out of 3 in that particular one. Kramer versus Alec Marsh. Alec Marsh pitched pretty well for the Royals. Kind of surprising. The Royals have been awesome at home. We are going to lean here towards the Orioles. Last time out, Kramer did give up 3 runs and a 5 1/3 to the Royals. But the Orioles have so much more offense, and the Royals' offense this last week has been extremely quiet. Vinny Pasquantino's woke up, but the rest of the offense is kind of like taking a siesta or something in this one. So Orioles' offense with Gunnar Henderson has started to wake up as well. Gunner's had a couple big games in a row. Colton Cowser's slowed down just a little bit, but Gunnar Henderson's going to make that team with him being at the top of the lineup score a lot of runs when he's involved. So we'll roll with the Orioles here. Money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over the 4.5 team total. Orioles -0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Gunnar Henderson, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Colton Cowser, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. What it really boils down to here is I think we got pretty equal pitching almost on both sides in this particular matchup here. The huge difference is the offense. The offense for the Orioles has definitely been more devastating this season, quite a bit more than the Royals have. Now, the Royals have a bigger run differential. When you look at it, they actually have the #1 run differential in baseball. That's been a lot of 10-0, 13-3 games mixed in with a lot of 1-run games. So don't let that fool you. The Orioles, on the other hand, have consistently, when they've won 2 to 3 runs, have been the margin of victory on that one. So we'll roll with the Orioles. One more time, we'll roll through those bets for you. Orioles money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over the 4.5 team total. Orioles -0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Gunnar Henderson, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Colton Cowser, home run, double. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Next game up on the board, Tigers headed to Minneapolis. Flaherty pitching against Joe Ryan and the Twins. Twins about $1.45 favorite. Not sure how they can be favored against anybody, as their offense has been god awful. Would lean towards the Tigers here. The Tigers haven't scored a lot of runs either, but they have pitched and they have played defense. The Twins, on the other hand, just look like they're in struggle mode ever since Royce Lewis went out after day one. So we would lean slightly towards the Tigers in that one. Next game up, 5:16 out here in Phoenix, 8:16 Eastern time. Brewers head to St. Louis. Brewers a slight favorite with Freddie Peralta pitching over Kyle Gibson. No shock there. The Brewers have been on fire. Their offense has been clicking at an extremely high rate. I don't expect that to kind of continue. There should be some regression at some point. Total in this one is only 7.5. We would definitely lean towards the over there. Brewers about $1.20 favorite. Probably just play the run line on that one and look at the total. Next game up, 5:41 out here in Phoenix, 8:41 Eastern time. Mariners head to Colorado. Daniel Hudson at home pitching against the Mariners against Hancock. Hancock's gotten shelled except for his start against the Cubs. He held them in check pretty much, even though the Cubs end up winning that game. Mariners are $1.42 favorite. They are not that much better than the Rockies. This one, we lean towards the Rockies in this one. Total at 11. Expect some runs scored, but the Colorado offense has been better than the Seattle offense, and that's not saying much. So we just have a slight lean here towards the Rockies. Next game up, Blue Jays headed to San Diego. Waldron at home pitching against Rodriguez. Waldron about $1.16 favorite on that one. Total at 8.5. First trip out to the West Coast for the Blue Jays here. We just have a slight lean towards the Padres. If you're looking at units, this would probably be a quarter size of the bet. So if you're betting 1 unit a game, this would be like a quarter unit on that one. We'd probably be looking there. Next game up, though, we are on at 7:11 out here in Phoenix, 10:11 Eastern time. Mets come to town against the Dodgers. Dodgers right around a $2 favorite. Yamamoto pitching against Sean Manaea. Manaea struggled, to put it mildly. Now, the one good thing is he's going to face probably at least 2 to 3 left-handers in this matchup. Freeman and Ohtani ain't coming out of the lineup no matter what pitcher. That might help Manaea in that particular one. But Mookie Betts, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, the 3 right-handers you really have to worry about in that Dodgers lineup. Now, on the other hand, Yamamoto, after giving up 5 runs in 1 inning in the Seoul series, has really come back to pitch. His ERA went from 45, now he's down to in the low to mid 4s in just a few starts. So he's definitely been pitching a lot better in that, a lot better the last few starts out on that one. We just got to roll with the Dodgers here. Dodgers cost us so much money in the last 3 games against the Nationals. We wanted to puke. But they are, when you handicap these teams, you can't really get away from it. And $2 favorite, when we actually handicapped the game, we almost got them at a $2.50 favorite. So we feel like we're getting a lot of value here as well. So we are going to take the Dodgers in this one. Money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over the team total. Dodgers minus a half a run. First 3 and first 5 innings. Minus 1.5 runs, front 7. Mookie Betts, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Will Smith, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits on that one. So we'll go through that. Dodgers, like I said, we kind of handicapped this as almost a $2.50 favorite on this one. So we're kind of shocked that we got it for $2 favorite in this one. I just think the Dodgers are eventually going to hit the smack out of the ball. It's just a question of when. They've struggled a little bit. They've put it on in some games, but they haven't put anything consistently together. So one more time, Dodgers money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over the team total. Dodgers minus a half a run first 3 and 5 innings, minus 1.5 runs in the front 7. Bets, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Will Smith, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So just a couple reminders if you want to see all the bets, because we have a ton of them, we are valuing better. Couple easy ways to do that. At the end of every episode on YouTube, in the comment section, you'll see a link to the Google Sheet. Also on YouTube and TikTok, you will see links in our actual channel page where you'll be able to click that. Just click that link. It'll get you into the Google Sheets. Now, when you get in there are multiple sheets. There's a couple seasons of football. In fact, I think there's 3 now. We've got a couple seasons of baseball, basketball, even one for golf and Formula One, Formula One will be kicking off a show here soon on that one there. So a lot of stuff going on. Make sure you check out all those bets. Best reference guide out there to kind of look up what we have, match them up with what you like, and give you that ton of confidence heading to the betting app or betting window. And as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to our YouTube channel or any of our social media platforms, makes it really simple. Once you hit that subscribe or follow button, we'll be right in your subscriptions tab or right with your follower or who you're following tab. Or if you want to make life even easier, just turn on those notifications for that social media platform, and then you'll get a notification once Sports Bets for Free drops a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.